Good morning, Vault Dwellers. This is Harpsbed, and I am showcasing my first unique camp build. Let's jump into it. I'm actually not going to show you the building process today, but I am going to go ahead and go over the location and some of the features here. It's really cool, and hopefully it'll give you some ideas as to um, what to do with your camp. Let's jump into it. So this is the location of my camp. It's just south of the Rayleigh Clay's bunker, and it is located underneath one of those giant power towers. And you can't see it right now. You'll see in a second. But before I started building here, it actually had two train cars and a makeshift roof made into a small underground home. And we'll just jump in there for a second. I'm actually going to go ahead and showcase the outside real quick, and then we'll go inside and I'll show you what I've done. So as you can see here, got a little garden. Got all the little different fruits and vegetables and everything that you can put together because I like to be self-sustainable if I'm hungry or thirsty, which ignore the fact that I'm thirsty right now, please. Of course, I've got the adhesive garden too. As you can see, I went around and I made a steel bunker all the way around with some extra little security and supports here, all the way around, underneath and behind the power tower here. And if I go ahead and open up the build menu, I'll show you how much build space there actually is. It's really cool. So I built it right on the edge, and it's just so much to play with. Of course, I have maxed out my budget on this one, and it was well worth it, I think. So you'll see when we go inside. So let's go ahead and Alright, so we're gonna showcase a little bit here of the top area, and then I'll show you what's inside and the really cool part about this build. So as you can see here, I've got my little rad shower, very handy, without having to pop over to White Springs after every run and use the bunker in there. I've got my fusion generator here, kind of breaking the giant warehouse open space feeling. Um, but here's what I was talking about. So we got the two train cars. You can see the orange train car there, kind of a green rusted train car here, and they are both being used together with this makeshift roof. And this is all in game, mind you, not including the rugs that I put down. And inside there was a home for a family. So we'll show that in a second. But just want to kind of show you what I put in here. I kind of had some trouble with this. It won't allow you to put floors down on top of this area, but it will allow you to put rugs. And I put the rugs down because there's several gaps in the floor that you can get stuck in, especially if you're in power armor. For instance, right over here is a notorious gap that it causes you to have to kind of restart your game altogether. As you can see, I've got all the different benches in here, storage cache, and yes, I do have a missile turret up here, and I'll explain that here in just a moment as to why I've got that there. But yeah, this is pretty simple, basic stuff, lots of room up here, which is really nice. So let's go ahead and I'll show you what makes this build unique. So as you can see, I built it right up into the entrance of this particular apartment. And now one of the coolest things about this is that everything in here that I'm about to show you, with the exclusion of the home defenses and the lighting, um, are all system generated. So everything in here respawns every time you log out, log back in. All of the items in here are totally farmable within your own base. So it is really cool, and I'll show you what I mean. So the only thing that frustrates me really are these stupid trash cans here. They don't disappear. They just kind of sit there, and if you start knocking into them, they get all over the place. But you know, it's a minor frustration. As you can see, the building wasn't exactly precise. You can see there's a couple of gaps here. There's a gap in this floor, but honestly, even with and without your power armor, it just nice smooth uh, transition. Um, an odd placement, but the bathroom was right in the beginning entrance here. You got a sink, got a bathtub. Again, all of this stuff is built into the game, so whenever you log in, you'll be able to see that yourself. All these items, caps, medicine, you name it, scrapping materials. It's beautiful. It's awesome. Plenty of extra containers and storage. If you're like me and you like to hoard items, the last time I logged in, there was a stash cap right here. It looks like there's a hidden bottle back there. There's, floor safe. Here's the children's room. There's plenty of items to scrap for material. The beds are all sleepable. Um, so you got your parents' room, you got your children's room right next to it, little writing desk and everything. Just awesome, awesome, awesome thing here. And you can see I can put my camp right there to be able to get it right dead center. Um, and now as you can see, I haven't really cleaned up in here at all. It's definitely a lived-in space, but the kitchen, all of this here is game generated. So I didn't have to place anything. All the shelving, the stuff, and what's really cool is we have a working sink. Uh, we've got a recipe book that spawns every single time you log in here. I mean, this is just awesome, awesome, awesome. Of course, I put the stash down, the turret, and yes, there's another missile turret there, and of course our living room. So this is the really really cool spot. Now, there's one condition that you really have to consider when you're building your spot here, and it's the reason for the turrets both downstairs and on up above. For whatever reason, regardless of the fact that we have our camp here, I guess the game doesn't recognize that the enemies should be spawning outside of the camp, uh, and they spawn inside. So I've had rat toads, I've had crickets, I've had scorched, super mutants, and they've all, on occasion, have spawned right here inside of the base on top of the two um, rail cars or the train cars. So it's a minor inconvenience, but I was able to throw in a couple of turrets. They take short work of them. Nothing's ever spawned really heavy, high level. So, um, for the most part, I'm pretty pleased. But take a look at this. I hopefully you like what I did here. I've got an issue with building. I have an itch that cannot be scratched, and so this thing won't last. So you won't have to worry about logging in and not being able to place your camp because I'm here, or vice versa. Because now that I've shown you what I've done here, oh, it's on to the next location. So thank you so much for watching this. Add any feedback you want. It's my first video like this, so if there's something that you'd like to see, please let me know. And if you want to see the actual building of the locations, then, just mention that, and I'll be happy to record that as well. Anyway, this is Harpsmid once again. I hope you have a great day. Take it easy.